got lucky. I think at the bottom it said it was going to be a $10 fee to get up here, right?
Yeah, toll. Well, it said toll.
Well, toll, so nobody there. We lucked out. Let's go check it out. All right, we're at the first turnout. We're coming up Prospect Mountain. Back over there is the lake. Can you see it? All right, we're gonna move on up to the next lookout. All right, here's parking number 2, or lookout number 2. You hear the whistles? All right, so we're up high enough now that Lake George is right down there. If you look good enough, you can see where the steamboats are. So we walked that earlier today. So I'll show you right down over there where the steamboats are, and that's Lake George. It's a lot of water. Lookout number 3. I don't think there's much to see here, but we'll take a look. All right, we stopped at lookout number 3. Diane saw the remnants of a trail. Anything that looks like a trail, and Diane's around. And she's changing her shoes. She's ready to go. Luckily, that trail petered out within 20 yards. Now we're headed back to the car. We're going to go up to lookout number 4. I guess we're at the top. That was a long ways between summit closes at 5:30. Let's go take a look. All right, I told you, so much for a driving tour today. So we made it to the top of Prospect Mountain, almost to the top, to that parking area. Let me turn around here. And then the road, let me turn around again. You dizzy yet? The road back here drives up to an overlook. It's closed down. So we can walk up this trail that Diane's heading up right now to a better viewing point up there. And it's steep. And I mentioned before, I don't like hiking uphill. We have one friend that I know of that would like to hike up that trail.
Just one?
Just one.
Wow.
And she doesn't watch our videos. Debbie.
Oh.
Debbie doesn't watch her, but Debbie is a mule. She's like a mountain goat. All she does is hike uphill. You can't tell in this video. Huh?
Steve?
Well, her husband hikes with her, but I don't think he likes the uphill as much as she does.
Well, there's a geocache up here.
If there was a there probably is a geocache up here. We have no idea. We're not geocachers. But anyway, that was a booger. Diane left me in the dust. I was thinking loving thoughts of her as I was up. Okay, I think I've killed enough time. I've got my breath back. So we're going to move on up the trail. And I think we're going to try and get up there. That's where the view is. All right, Diane, let's go.
I hope
There better be a... That's pretty steep right there, too.
Yeah.
There better be a good view up here.
I hope there's information telling you which way is Vermont, which way is New Hampshire.
Yeah. But if there's not, you can walk back down and ask that guy at the bottom for some literature. I'll wait up here for you. Oh, good. I think I see some stairs too. Perfect. Dang. Then to top it off, we get stairs at the end. I'm walking back on the road.
832.
All right, so we made it to the top of Prospect Mountain. We walked up the trail. Piece of cake, nothing to worry about.
Chipmunk.
Squirrel, yeah, chipmunk. So it was steep enough that when Diane started up the stairs, I stopped to take a picture of her going up the stairs, and just standing there, I about fell over backwards because of the incline on the trail. What does that tell you? Of course, the tail end of my vertigo maybe still affected that, but still. Anyway, so we're at the top of Prospect Mountain, elevation of 2,030 feet. Maybe you can see the lake and Lake George back behind us. We'll scan around here in a minute. And by golly, they got biting flies here.
By golly.
By Gadfrey, there are biting flies. They're mean critters. They should be caged. I don't know. All right, we're going to show you a view from up here, and then we're going to walk back down, maybe on the road. We'll see. All right, here's a view from the top. So you'll see right down in there, that's where the steamboats are. And of course, Lake George. And then right out about there somewhere is where we're camped out, 3 miles out. I have no idea why this whole area is closed off up here. I mean, the road is closed off. You can't drive up here. So I have no idea. Must be something wrong with the road part way up or something, or they're doing some repairs, even though there's nothing up here that shows any work's being done at all.
Oh no.
Okay, we're gonna head back down. Let's go. All right, so here's a different view. Up on Prospect Mountain when we were on the lookout, it's up there in that bare area. That's where we were. Now we're standing down on the dock where the steamboats are. Pretty cool. So that's a parking lot. We're walking down now. We're actually parked over there behind the trees. And we walked up the trail that direction. Now we're going to take the road down through the park and back down the parking lot. So the good thing is they don't charge a toll right now, which makes sense, and they probably won't charge a toll until they get this open back up to drive up here. Who knows? Old cable railway, costing $110,000 when it was built in 1875. This 7,392-foot cable railway operated cars every half hour from the edge of Lake George Village to the summit of the mountain. Fare was 50 cents for passengers, a rather substantial toll in those days of $3 per week wages. Failing financially, the railway ceased operation after 8 years. The rusting rails were removed for scrap during World War I. This rusty cable, bull wheel, and masonry ruins of the summit terminal are all that remain. There you go. Wow. That's pretty cool. So this sat here and ran down there to the edge of Lake George. Cool. That's cool. Prospect Mountain House. Passengers riding the cable railway to the summit could stay overnight at the Prospect Mountain House for $3 per day, including meals. The hotel was erected first in the 1870s by Dr. James Ferguson, a retired Glens Falls physician. Patrons hiked up the mountain or rode over a rough road in the horse-drawn carriages until the cable railway was built. The original building was destroyed by a forest fire in 1880, rebuilt only to burn again. Where did it sit? Right here? Yeah. Oh yeah, so that was a fireplace? Okay, yeah, so it sat right here. Wow, that cable car came right to the house. All right, so I don't know how well it's going to show up in the video, but there's the cable car. There's the apparatus. There's another drawing of the cable car. What's that, Diana? A porch or something. And that must be the house. Check it out. Wow. At least one of them, yeah. Is that the cable car? All right, so we finished the walk up to the top of the lookout. When we first started out, there was a ranger protecting a road so people didn't drive up there, and you had to walk to the top. So we thought it was kind of odd. We didn't know why it was closed down. The roads were in good shape. So we asked him when we came back down why the roads were closed. So the story was there used to be a shuttle service that would take people to the top.
That's why the $10 fee that you saw at the bottom.
Yeah, so you used to charge a $10 fee for the shuttle. And they did the shuttle because the area up there isn't that large. And if all the hikers showed up and people drove up there and anybody ever had an issue, they could never get any help up there to rescue them, right? It was just too many people. So it was a safety issue. And then the shuttles started having trouble, right? The floor rotted out of one.
Yeah.
And the other one had some mechanical issues and they're waiting for parts. So because the shuttle is down, that's why the toll booth was closed at the entry. So no more $10 fee, but also no more ride to the top. So personally, we'd rather not pay a fee and just walk to the top. That's more our style anyway. So that worked out better for us. So until they get the shuttles fixed, no fee, but you're gonna walk to the top. Then what else did we talk about? Oh, so this parking area, I'm just gonna do a real quick scan. So see all this parking back here? That whole parking area. And look over here, here's a lower section down here, right? So I said, all right. So then we asked him, why the huge parking area? Because it doesn't look like that many people would park here to go up to the top of the view. And what did he say? He didn't know? Good question.
He didn't know. He grew up here, he was born here, he grew up here, he moved away to go to school, he came back. He has no idea why they built this big.
So they had some extra money in the budget one year and a bunch of extra asphalt, I guess, and and they built this huge parking lot. I guess once in a while, what's it called? A motorcycle group, they come up here and they do the cones and stuff, so they get discounts on their motorcycle insurance. So they do that up here, he said, once a year. And that he says he has no clue why. He says during the colorful season in the fall, a lot of the locals will come up here and park because the view up here would be fantastic. But I don't know if you noticed on our walk or if even behind us, if you can tell in the trees, a lot of the leaves are gone. And what was it? Well, it's a worm. But it's some kind of moth. He had a name for the moth, remember? I don't remember.
It starts with an S and
yeah, so
because they called it gypsy at first and then they changed it and it started with an S.
Yeah, and we were told that a whole 15 minutes ago, so we're not going to remember that far. But because of the moth, a lot of the foliage is gone. So this year in this area anyway, the colors won't be as grandiose.
No, unless they refoliate.
Unless they refoliate. And he said they say it will refoliate and get better, but this year it'll probably be kind of lost. But anyway, what else was there, Diane? There used to be a fire lookout on top up there, right?
There was a little motel up there.
Yeah, and after the motel though, then they had
a fire lookout.
Yeah, and that's gone now too. So anything else we're not remembering?
This used to be a great blueberry patch.
Oh yeah, he said they used to get world-renowned blueberries. And then they came and dynamited and built the road and all the stuff, and the blueberries went away. So anyway, pretty cool area though. So if you end up in Lake George and you find a clear day, this is kind of not a clear day. We're going to come back up on a clear day, hopefully. And but if you're up this way, it's certainly worth driving up here. It's 8 miles, I think, from our campground to the very top of this hill. So certainly worth a short drive. And there's some hiking trails, and normally we would hike them.
You can hike up it.
Yeah, you can hike all the way up here. But it's 86 degrees today, and it's humid.
It's very humid.
It's very humid. God, how you East Coast people deal with this stuff. But we were not going to hike it on an 86-degree day with the humidity we're having today. So we'll see. All right, that's it. That's our history story. I can't think of a thing else. You?
No.
Okay, that's more than we.
Say you might see the sow and the cub up here.
Oh, he said there is a sow and a cub that somebody reported they saw a few days ago.
And a couple of doe with some fawns.
Yep. So there are some critters up here.
Moose occasionally come through.
Yeah. And what's the mountain ranges you can see from up here? White.
The Green Mountains in Vermont, the White Mountains in New Hampshire.
Yeah, so pick a clear day, you can see.
And Canada.
And Canada. So on a clear day, you see farther.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we're going to say. So think about if you're in this area, if you're in the Lake George area, certainly come up and check it out. It's just a short time of your day and get some pretty views and get out for a little walk. Anything else?
Nope, it's just a little hill.
Just a little hill. It is, yeah, 2,030 feet. It's a little hill. All right, so as always, have a great day.
Happy trails.
Happy trails, and we will see you in the next video.